Hello VOD, hello everyone. Hello CW with the pre-stream dink water. Hello GX Eclipse, hello Spilled. Hello Next Portal. How's everyone doing today? Today is day 5 of Superflat Survival, and I have some cool shit that I want to show you guys. I was sleeping on one variation of Villager, and I'll just show you. This is the stuff that I have been trading passively. Look at all this. I did not know that villagers had these OP-ass trades in their trade book. So let me introduce you to my new favorite villager, which is the blacksmith villager. I should probably bring some emeralds here. But if you look for the normal looking guys with the black overcoat, these guys, they have some trades for Certus quartz and emeralds, but they also have trades for armor, like diamond armor and tools. The GregTech disables diamond pickaxes from being usable, but diamond axes and other types of tools are usable. Is that 4 diamonds for an emerald? That's a weird trade. We need to find a good one, though. I think I see... Here's one. Yeah, diamond pickaxe for emeralds. That's always good. Compass. I haven't seen that yet. Probably should bring some emeralds here. But anyway, today we're going to be doing the rest of the quest book up to Steam. And hopefully that's just going to be it. And then I can edit my video and we'll be on our way. So far we've made it through the Stone Age. We got our coke oven. We got a bunch of cobblestone and some flint tools. And now we need to get to 72 iron ingots. So the blacksmith did trade me a bunch of iron armor as well. So that's over here. We're going to put this in our smeltery right now. And actually, yeah, that's enough slots. So the smelter uses fuel linearly. If you have more slots, it just uses fuel for the amount of time that it melts items. So theoretically, we want to upgrade the smeltery to max and make the most of our lava by doing gigantic batches. But for now, I think this is okay. And then also, let's go grab some diamond armor that we traded earlier and put that on, because that'll be nice. I'll put a torch on my head. And what's our best tool here? 6 attack damage from an iron sword. I'll take that. Let's also get some food here. Are you going to get bronze today? Oh yeah, so let's talk about what quests are ahead, right? So ahead of us, we need to get our iron ingots, which are loading up. And then that will allow us to do important tools, which is what I wanted to do the whole time, and that unlocks crops NH. And then we need to get 48 copper and 16 tin. Now that is actually going to be pretty hard. There's a couple ways we can do that. One is XP crafting for dust, I think. Well, that's weird that quest is doing that. I think. Yeah, there we go. XP buckets into dust. But I think the main way that we're going to do it, because we're on Superflat, is that there's a bunch of tool parts that drop in different places. And these tool parts, we can melt them back down into copper and stuff. I don't know where I've been putting the tool parts. They should be close by, I feel like. But yeah, we've been raiding a bunch of like copper and bronze tool parts. And this is what I've been saving them up for. I don't think there's anything as far as tin goes, so we might get unlucky. Ugh. New haircut is pissing me off. Let's see. We do have copper here and a little bit of bronze and a trapdoor. I'll take that. This is not a lot of copper. One copper worth. I must have like a tool parts chest. I guess this is it. Alright, let's eat up. And then get our iron ingots to complete the quest, and then we'll be good. Oh, 142 iron ingots in the smeltery. All right, we're about to be rich, rich. This is much more effective than I was prepared for. We might need to like set up an automatic clock to empty the smeltery soon. How's everyone doing today? What are you guys up to? Hello, Daniel King Puncher with the first time chat. Getting ready to sleep. All right, that is our getting iron quest, I believe. 72 iron ingots, and we have plenty more lined up. I wonder if there's anything that we really need. I think the golden carrot we might be able to craft. Pumpkin pie probably can craft, so I'm gonna go for loot bag here. Battered sausage. Okay. And then, yeah, let's go get our important tools quest. We have enough iron to make this happen, so let's just go for iron tools right now. All right, so that is our wrench that we got. We have a hammer already. We've made a file out of gold. We need to make a screwdriver. So that's 2 rods and 1 stick plus the tools that I forget always. So that's stick. File down into rods. And that is hammer and file into screwdriver. And that should be pretty much everything. Yeah, there we go, because we already have the saw. Oh, whoops, I just wrenched my chest. There's our saw. Let me get my inventory organized. Alright, so now that we have all the tools, that is the quest that I needed to unlock Crops NH, which is going to be very exciting. I'm going to claim this quest, and let's just take a quick look at what we need to start. This will be for some other day, I think. I think today's going to be a pretty quick stream, honestly, because I don't have much to do here to get into Steam Age, but let's get at least some steel going, I think, today. So the other thing we have to do in Stone Age, we have to do this checkbox task, which shows us what all the different tools do in real life, like or in game. So screwdrivers are used to change behaviors. Wrench is used to do a bunch of stuff. Wrench is big. Wire cutters are for wires. You know, you'll just need to read all that if you don't know that. And then, yeah, here's the hard part. 48 copper ingots. Copper ingots can be created by smelting copper, chalcopyrite, or malachite ore. We don't have any of that. And tin can be created by smelting tin, cassiterite, or cassiterite sand ore. We don't have any of that. So, I think it's time to start looting. Let me put these coins away. This wood stuff here. I guess I'll keep some of this food. And then, alright. So currently, we have 19 copper ingots and 14 tin. Let's go check our Tinker's parts. Can we melt down this stuff? No, we need to make a macerator first. Or we can smelt it. Oh. This is kind of inefficient, but actually I never use copper gears or anything. Copper rotor is used. Ring is very rare. So I guess I could smelt that as well. Copper spring. I feel like I never use this. So let's smelt those down. I'm going to use Actually, let's use some of our iron here to make a couple of buckets. IRL lol, yeah. I've been running the coke oven a little bit. This creosote buckets, these buckets of creosote are really good as fuel for furnaces. So I'm going to pop this into here. We're going to melt down some of these copper parts into smaller bits. And hopefully this will be enough to get us where we need to go. Coke ovens and Superflat? Now, haven't you gotten wealthy? Hello, Dumpster. Yeah, we have a lot of wealth. We're almost a Steam tier. We're actually chilling. This holds way more than a Railcraft oven, does it? 64k liters, is that more? I had no clue. Let's see, we're armored up. We've got what we need. So basically we just need to loot some tin ingots. That's like that's our biggest issue here. And then like as much copper parts as possible. So I don't remember exactly where I put those copper Tinker's parts. I think they must be here. The binding is worth half an ingot. Okay, that's not going to be enough. It's the same amount? Okay, okay. I kind of thought it was as well. Alright. That is, we need 14 copper ingots and 2 tin. Let's get looting, shall we? I'm going to put this at home. Let's go get our donkey friend and let's get going. Alright, where haven't we gone yet? I should also bring a bed. We haven't really gone this direction. Let's grab the bed, shall we? Let's see, does Donkey have step up? Oh yeah. Oh, we're so good. Okay. We're off into the ether. I think we want to go down and to the left because I believe, well, actually I can mark this village as looted, which will be nice. I've been slowly like getting back to villages and marking them as looted. Actually, the hardest part is putting the waypoint down because normally I don't have enough time to sit there for like 5 seconds while I put the waypoint because the slimes are always after me. But with the donkey, it makes it really easy because I can like fly in before the slimes spawn and then I'm good to go. There's a lot of bricks here that I think would be pretty useful. That also looks like a Thaumcraft tower is what... Wow, excuse me. That looks like a Thaumcraft tower is what you guys were telling me. Maybe I should check those out. Ah, Iron Golem. We don't need him anymore. Okay, okay, I see it. There's something. There's Night ore. It's not nothing, for sure. Thaumonomic. Ooh. Alright, knowledge fragments, chat, are actually really useful. They can turn into random research notes, which are very useful because we can use them to get early steel transmutation online. This is some duck tech right there. I'm excited to experiment with that. They're not so random. I think that the devs changed it so that way they're full random in 2.9. But yes, at the time of Duck's discovery, or his video, they were linked specifically to the time of day that you revealed the note in, which I think is really funny. So if you had a calculator you could get a very specific research note based on the time of day that you used it, which I think is hilarious. Oh my god. Okay, this place is slimed up. I don't think there's anything more to loot. Let's head further to the west. The Great Western Expansion, one might say. But I mean, like, either way, right? If you do the knowledge fragment stuff enough, you are destined to get, like, gamble the steel research, which is what we're after. I don't actually know if I'm going to do that for steel. I think I'm going to be doing macerating chain and steel armor into dust and then throwing it in the Tinker's smeltery. But we'll see. All right, please be a blacksmith. I see 0 blacksmiths on the map. Nice. I guess we could check the Tinker's construct houses. None of this is useful to me. So here's where we're gonna get our little bits of copper at a time. Copper binding, copper crossbar. I'm also taking obsidian because we'll need it for obsidianite later. Luckily, I can abandon iron from now on. Copper. I'll also take bronze because we'll need it. Where are you going, bro? Come back. If you guys see any apothecary village, oh, here we go. Here's an apothecary village. I'm gonna take the sign because that's something I'm interested in. Mutandis. Chat, are we starting Botania early or what? And a cactus. I'll take the cactus. So Mutandis is actually a really important drop here. We're gonna gamble that later. What Mutandis does is it will, when you place it on the ground like bone meal, it will create a random plant, any plant, and that includes all of the Botania flowers as well as a bunch of witchery stuff that we'll need to start witchery. Having Mutandis this early is very helpful. We can't really do much like with it, but we can start Botania in LV, which will be very nice. Which farm are you planning for infernal drops? I'm gonna do witches probably because we have witch circles. I just need to wait till we have the dolly. Otherwise it's not really worth it. I think you can paste into the waypoint. Oh, like command paste the looted text? Yeah, that might be smart. Isn't Botania the thing with Mutandis is using it to craft floral fertilizer? No, Mutandis started as a witchery thing, or it is a witchery thing. I know that it does Botania flowers at a certain point. All right, let's loot this as well while we're here. What do we get? Anything good? Knowledge note? I'll just take that. Circle shapes give me comfort. I have no clue what quest that was. All right, how are we seeing anything? I see a village here and here. Let's loot both. Oh wait, do I need to craft it into floral fertilizer to get the drop that I'm looking for? Oh, I mean, that's not hard. That is not hard. This looks like a big ass village. All right, we're looking for some more copper. If there's blacksmiths, we're looking for tin as well. Because I don't think Tinker's parts drop as tin. It's obsidian. I see some slimes of absolute death and destruction in the background, and I'm not interested. Ah, here we go. Pray for tin. Pray for tin, guys. Pray for tin. This is the only way we're going to get tin in a non-painful way. I'll take the brass and bronze, and I guess the iron gears. It's easy, you just don't want to be gambling on a 0% chance. Yeah, true. I'll take coal. We can't really get coal otherwise. Till we do some funny stuff with like wither skeletons, maybe. Is that all from this village? I'm very surprised. It looks like a very big village. Alright, it is almost night. This looks safe enough to sleep in, so... Donkey is watching over me. Hello, Latin Rose. Might be cool to do a Superflat GOG world, but with an infinite village. That is an interesting challenge run. That's pretty much the same thing as this, though, right? The infinite village run would be quite interesting. I like the idea, because the ambiance is there. All right, let's see. I don't think I see anything else that's like particularly lootable here. Hello. I guess there is this Tinker's structure, but I'm really after the tin at this point. I need to trash some random shit. Glass bottle, minecart I don't care about, flower pot, copper, bronze, and more obsidian. Alright, let's head down. Let's loot this. And then let's head down south, I think is where the other village was. Villages would speed up early game when you're gambling for cured villagers? Yeah, 100%. You're saying like a floating village, infinite floating village seed? That would be kind of fun. How are you doing, Azuna? You could call it like the Infinity Castle run or something. Alright, let me chuck some random shit into this inventory also. Stuff that I don't intend on stacking. Like Mutandis, there's no way I get more Mutandis unless I'm really lucky. GTNH backrooms, for real. Been lurking the Superflat world? What are your plans for the base in this world? I have really good plans. I have inspiration from Destiny. What is this? There's two villages right here. And Marathon. Two Bungie games. There's this place called Arcology, or Titan, I guess, in Destiny 2. And it's this really like wonderful, it's almost like, imagine a very futuristic metro with an atrium on top of it. And it's just beautiful in all the right ways. And I'm thinking about a similar style. But I want to incorporate it with a super flat vibe. So there's going to be some like greenery. I'm going to try to incorporate greenery into the build. Hello, Shrevy. Cheers. You have cheersed me in a very dangerous place. Jeez. I was not expecting that. Here's a blacksmith though. Pray for tin, pray for tin. I'll take steel. I'll take steel. Ow. Copper sign head is a good sign. No pun intended. What is this? White mushroom crop. Interesting. Okay, I don't think there's anything else here, but there's a village right next to this. So I'm gonna loot this. And then let's pop over to the next one. I can't wait to see that happen. That'll be awesome. I'm very excited. Hello, Gavers. Thank you for the follow, my friend. So yeah, after stream today, I will be editing up the compilation of all 5 VODs. I already have a lot of it edited. And we will be putting out our episode 1 of the Superflat Survival series. I'm basically going to do 1 episode for every major tier. And I think we're doing a Stone Age one because like Superflat makes it kind of a major tier. The way that you have to struggle through it. It's too small for me to care. It's not an apothecary. My mouse is disconnected. That's good. Gotta charge it. To be fair, that could be happening at much worse times. This Jamiroquai is going crazy right now. Ooh, more coal. Hopper cart. I'll take the pistons if they're handed to me. I see a blacksmith. Please bless me with what I need. Magnesium. Copper screw and Invar. I can't really complain about that, but at the same time, it's not exactly what we're looking for. We might need to head... Where did you go? We might need to head home soon and drop off what we have for now. I think we're getting pretty close to the copper. We just need a little more tin. Which we could XP craft if it really got down to it. Oh. He's holding a flower. Alright, we're not killing that one. We don't even need to kill them anymore. Oh, there's another village right there, though. Maybe I'll go. I set up Botania for netherrack and netherite processing because I heard it might be good. I'm surprised how much I got just out of 1 tree growth simulator and some Rosa Arcanas. Hello, Nova. Just one more village. Let it ride. All in on 21 black. Let it ride. How you doing, Nova? Tin and copper, please. Tin and copper, please. That's all I need. I can't say no to silver and chrome dust, though. Jeez. This game be putting me in conundrums and shit. Alright, dropping the bread, putting the chrome dust in there. Steel axe, why not? Damn, Jamiroquai. Chillax, bro. Holy moly. I only see the outline of one of those blacksmith houses in this village, so that's a lot of copper, though. I'll take that. Coal coke, yeah, that's pretty good. I'll take the coal coke. We can get sugarcane some other day. And the hoppers. Alright, let's head home with our loot. I don't think I can physically fit any more loot. And where the hell is home? Home is a little bit northeast. Oh, is that another blacksmith here? Will this have what I need? It was close. It was close. Got jebaited by manganese. Hating GTNH, I'm to the seaweed biolab part of the pack. Oh yeah. Actually, I enjoyed the biolab portion, but I just hated all the rest of Mothership. Are you are you into bees? Because like the seaweed bee, although it's slow, I actually found it much better because it was easier to mass produce bees than it was to figure out how to source all the different random shit you would need for bio stuff. College money all on black. The house always has the edge 9. That's on the list for later today when customers stop asking dumbass questions. All right, so never. Ooh, it is getting late at night. I guess we'll just pass through this unmapped area and see what's there. Hopefully we can sleep without getting jumped. Okay, 1827. We need to hit exactly 32 and then we get off. Okay. Hopefully a slime doesn't jump me in this time. If a purple slime jumps on my head, I'll just end it, I think. Got Orproc upgraded to UHV to clear the beacomb processing backlog. Nice. There we go. Oh, but there's a village on our way, chat. I mean, it would be a shame if we didn't at least look at it. I mean, I could just go through and loot all the blacksmiths. I see one at least. You can tell by the minimap because there's two. You can tell by the minimap because they have a very specific looking roof structure because of those little like smooth stone slabs. So you can pretty much instantly tell what you're looking at. Oh, come on. There is no entrance to this village. What do they got growing? Melon cactus fruit. Cool. Electrical steel. I don't know what to do with that information. I don't think I need electrical steel early, but I'm sure it will be nice to have. Can you guys think of anything that I would need electrical steel badly for? Tin, tin, tin. Tin wire. That'll work. That'll go. Um, lead. Lead is good as well. Lead is very good. What do I drop though? Is the real question. I guess I'll drop this vegetable soup or whatever. All right, that should be. I feel like that should be enough to get us through to Steam Age Quest. Isn't it only used in EIO? Yeah, I think so. I think so. I don't know of any uses other than Ender IO, which is the mod we're talking about. Farming stations, maybe some capacitors. I don't know if we need that early. I think that's mostly HV stuff, but it'll be nice. It'll be nice to have. All right, where are we? Okay, home is that direction. Hmm. It's nice seeing the hobgoblin structures are still around for it if you want to set up Stone Age auto cobblestone. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. That'll be so fucked up, but also really funny. I think Duct figured out a way to enslave hobgoblins to do a constantly mine cobblestone and do it passively. And I see hobgoblins, so I think we'll be able to do that. So weird ass song with some didgeridoo. Jamiroquai going out there. All right, I gotta make sure that I mark this as looted. And then we can mosey on out. Ah, there's home. We got our little dirt structure. I don't have enough inventory slots to replace the wall instantly, which might cause some issues, but we'll just be quick, I guess. Where's our dirt? Favorite era of classical music is a good question. My era, definitely modern. I love Mahler, is where I'm at. Mahler is definitely my boy. Okay, so to extract what we need out of the tin wire, I did see a comment saying that we should combine the wires, and that's a great idea. Because then I can't furnace this actually. That's funny. Can I furnace 2 times wire? Oh, let's go. 1 ingot for 2 times wire. That's perfect. And then let's get smelterying. I'm gonna put all this back here. Let's see, how much copper did we actually end up getting here is the real question. I'm gonna move all these parts to a specific chest. This will be our parts chest. And then let's put some of this random GT slop items back here. Bronze broadsword, I can just delete that at this point. Oh, don't delete my bed. Let's put the bed back and set our respawn point. Oh, we should probably also empty this, shouldn't we? Wooden binding, why do I have this? Donkey, don't do this. You have so much to live for. Bro, no, don't. Why is he doing that? Alright, get over here. What's the point of storing raw human meat? Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. Where's my Thalmcraft chest? Ah, it's here. And then oak sign. Alright, we are fully clear of our inventory. Let's go measure out how much copper we have. So currently, we have 34 ingots and 14 ingots. This should do the tin ingots, because we need 16. Okay, perfect. And I am instantly going to gamble that on more battered sausage. And then we have 34 ingots of this, and we need 48, so that's 14. This is 3 ingots, I think. Is binding a full ingot? No, it's half, so that's 2 more ingots, 5. Crossbar is half. 3 more ingots is 8. That must be 9 ingots. 10, 11. 12. No, no. 13 copper ingots. All right, let's see if we can scrounge anything. There's got to be a way, right? We need exactly 1 more copper ingot. That is ridiculous. We have no way to do this. Am I gonna have to go again? I'm exactly half an ingot short. Oh no. All right, whatever, whatever. Does iron and copper, can those alloy ever? Zinc, tin. Okay, we can make bronze like this, so that's fine. All right, I guess we're getting out there. Iron and copper don't alloy. That's good. That is good. I suppose I can wait a minute until nighttime, sleep here, and then go. Let's see, where is the closest structure? I mean, surely there's like a copper, half a copper ingot's worth somewhere down there. I could also try to make the XP grate. What am I thinking about? There's like something that allows you to funnel XP into a drain, XP drain. We could definitely do that. It would just be kind of a pain in the ass. I don't know if we have 3 buckets worth of XP though. So that would be the second hurdle to cover. All right, bro, let's go. I don't know why I'm carrying my copper and tin ingots. That seems like a bad strategy for winning, but I want to be efficient with my lava more than anything. Oh. Wait, why does some fire last only like 2 seconds? Anyway, I'm not putting my copper to smelt right now because I want to be efficient with my lava. The more time that we spend smelting stuff separately, the more lava we end up using. And I want to be efficient with it because like it's not non-renewable because theoretically we just keep exploring further and further, but it's certainly not easy to make right now. Especially the more that we use, the harder it is to get more. All right, there's got to be half a copper ingot in here. Like, please. Copper knife blade, copper pan. There we go. He's drifting. He's drifting. Is the nether locked? I am locking the nether currently. I want to see how far I can get without it. I don't. What is the requirement for nether in GTNH? Like, why is it required? I feel like you would know, Namzi. I feel like you've been on some challenge runs. I never figured out the answer to that. Sulfur. There is something called the nether mind in Thaumcraft that allows you to pull nether blocks to a ritual, and I am wondering if it's possible to do that to get sulfur. Also, I think netherrack eventually turns into sulfur, Yeah, we can do impure netherrack dust to get sulfur. Oh. Wait. No. Sulfur is definitely not the problem. You can definitely get sulfur in other ways. There's XP crafting for sulfur. 100%, I think. Or scrap box at the very least. Yeah, there's XP craft sulfur dust. I don't think that's the issue. Is it still the same album? Because it feels a little loud. Alright, let's get all of our copper parts that we've collected. Not you, Greg Tech Screw. I need to put that somewhere else. And we'll chuck that all into our smeltery and make ingots of it because the quest says we need to, even though we're just going to turn it into bronze right after. It is what it is, though. No. What I'm asking is why is the nether required for progression in GTNH? Like I know some people like I don't think it's possible to do a non-nether run, like a dimension locked run. At least not that I'm aware of. And I don't know why. I'm very curious as to why that's the case. Try to find taint scan for some research, but I don't know where to find it. Tips. There should be like tainted biomes in places. I think I would just combine the two aspects. What is it called? It's like vitreous. No, not vitreous. What is the taint aspect called again? This thing, you can combine it with two things, I think. I don't remember. Isn't there a quest that forces you to go to the nether? No way. There's no way that that's a forced quest. Alright, I'm going to do, when we get there, I'm going to BQ admin complete the quest. Dude, Donkey, what is your deal, man? Do not jump into the scalding hot. He's not listening to me. Look at his ass. He's got his ears out, but his ass is not listening to me. Life is worth living, okay? I promise. This guy. The sass on this guy. You can sulfur quest bypass? Okay. That's good. That is good. Chat, how am I gonna get any of this though? What do you mean? Sulfur quest bypass. Yeah, I would probably just BQ admin complete the quest. Like just force the quest to complete, honestly. Man, what is going on? I feel like I'm experiencing some ping lag right now. TPS is good. Slash ping. Ping does not work. 146 milliseconds. Okay, probably why. Yeah, I'm sure Lazy Flesh has a way. Lazy Flesh is the original one of the original team members for the first Garden of Grind Stargate with Duct and all them. All right, we're almost there, chat. This is riveting gameplay, I promise. He said when you get 128 rubber bars, it completes. Okay, that's a great answer. All right, then we'll know that for the future. Thank you for letting me know. That's awesome. All right, chat. That is our 48th copper ingot. There we go. And that leads us to that quest, which I'm going to instantly gamble a loot bag. You know me well. Ooh, that's actually really good. The pressure plate recipe early on is actually ass. And then this we can use to make buttons later. So I'll take that. I'll take that. The next quest, of course, is going to be grind it all down to make bronze, even though I think it's much easier to just throw this all into a tinker's smeltery and then turn that into bronze through the tinker's smeltery, but I think theoretically we're not supposed to have our smeltery yet. So, fair enough. I guess I can pattern out this bronze dust. It's saying I need 32, which is very little actually in the grand scheme of things. I need 33 of this. We're going to take the mortar to it. And the mortar sucks. Do we have any cobble? Oh, yes, let's go. I think I can make iron mortars, maybe. And that will be much more efficient for my time, because we have a lot of iron now. Dust is optional, just need the ingots, no? Oh! You're right, aren't you? Yeah, let's do that instead. That's smart. And then that needs 11 of that. Let's do that. There's already 1 ingot of copper in here, so that's fine. I should make the smeltery bigger right now, actually. We shouldn't be fumbling this right now. I think I have some smeltery bricks somewhere. If not, we can go mine them. Alright, there's a couple of upgrades I've been meaning to make anyway. So let's go upgrade, let's fix our flint pickaxe to the max. And that will allow us to replace the tool head with iron tool head. So let's grab... I guess that'll work. Flint pickaxe head. Let's grab 1 piece of brass. And then we're going to cast this into a pickaxe head mold. Can I do that? Yes, I can. DM, do what he said, 9. Thank you so much. Are you going to use Crops NH for anything? I'm going to use Crops NH for everything. I am so excited to use Crops NH. It sounds like a wonderful mod, and we finally unlocked it. Like, we can start it soon. I want to just get to Steam Age now, because I want to be able to wrap up the first video, but after that, we will do Crops NH out the wazoo. Yeah, I think Crops NH is definitely going to be better than bees in early game. Alright, so we pour that into there to make a mold. And then luckily we have a fucking ton of iron here. Might as well pour that while I'm waiting. And then let's take our pickaxe and replace the head with an iron pickaxe. Beautiful. We have a modifier remaining. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it on yet, so I'll just keep that for now. And then, yeah, let's go sleep and then head over to a village and grab some more of that smeltery brick. Oh, there's our bed. Are you able to run Crops NH in a Crops or in an EIG later on? There is a specific Crops multi-block. Where does this thing go? Although the NEI is not really working with me here. Let's see, where... There we go. There's the Industrial Farm, which has a bunch of tiers, and you can put a bunch of upgrades in these things. And apparently, according to Soy, they're really, really overpowered. Like, incredibly powerful. He was looking into, like, goldfish seeds, and apparently you could make enough fish to support the fish reactor we have in Project Singularity with a looting 500 spike, with an MV industrial farm and some well-statted goldfish. It's going to be very, very powerful. Emerald modifier gives extra durability. I don't think I need the extra durability at this point. It might be nice, but uh-oh. Did horse die? Oh, he's right here. He's just debating me. Okay, that looks like a... Oh, hello. Was that north or south? I don't remember. That was south. Okay, let's go south. Go south, Gurney Halleck. Can't wait for 2.9 hearing that. IC2 crops are my bane. Yeah, I hear you. I didn't even like give IC2 crops the light of day because the issue with IC2 crops before, and it was kind of a complex issue in my opinion, was that the RNG was entirely non-controllable. When you bred two crops together, there was like a 0.1% chance to get any of like, 10 crops out of the union. And that I think is like really frustrating because then no matter how hard you try to get something that you're targeting, like it's just up to God. But now with crops NH, it's much more like bees where you breed two specific things together to get like one or two outputs at a very high chance. And I think that's much more like fun, right? You're going for trees rather than just like, all right, I'm wasting my time staring at two crops, praying that it turns into what I want, and getting a bunch of random bullshit at the same time. Talking about 2.9, do you ever have to make a second knack? Actually, you do. You have to make a knack for every circuit line that you want knack on, which is every single one. Well, not every single one. You want crystals probably, and yeah, I don't know. They're balancing it a little bit, but you definitely want multiple knacks. But once you have one for a circuit line, you don't need another one for sure, unless you're doing some like int limit shit. Yes, Crops NH has good NEI compatibility. Yeah. That's another reason I'm excited for it. All right, that was very fast with my new pickaxe. I think that's all I want from here. Maybe I'll grab some iron bars if I see any. I feel like I need them for something that I'm just not remembering. But it also is kind of dangerous over here, so I'll just leave that for another day. Back from the ads, let's go. Oh, I hear something. Tank Top 9 is my favorite 9. I just heard a notification of a bit drop, but I didn't get anything on stream. Did any of you do something? You got 40 USD? What the? Wait. I'm checking my Ko-fi right now. That is insane. I think something's up with Ko-fi right now because my logins are denied. Oh, there we go. Holy moly. Hello, that's Quackers. $40 donation. I've been sleeping at 3 p.m. and missing the streams. That is That sounds like me. That sounds like a me-pilled thing to be doing. Sleeping at 3 p.m. Well, thank you for popping in today. Thank you for the $40. That is huge. I really appreciate that, my friend. And I hope you're well today. I hope you're getting some good sleep. Let me get your dink water in a sec, Gabbers. Let's put some layers on this. I think we can fit 2 layers. I also want to move up my smeltery drains by 1 block each. Hopefully that doesn't just like burn. I think the items are still stored in the controller, luckily. So doing this is fine. Yeah, there we go. And the reason I want to move the smeltery drains up 1 block is because I can now move this up 1 block, which means I can put a hopper under it, which is always nice. So let's get 2 hoppers and 1 chest. We'll get 2 chests, why not? How's the music going? I haven't been around for a bit. The music is slow. My inspiration for music has been like non-existent recently, and it's really frustrating, but it just is what it is, you know? Oh, yeah, now that we have this, let's put a second layer on and then we'll go. And let's get my dink water. Cheers. And into the next portal with the Prime sub. Thank you so much, my friend. Damn, there's a lot going on right now. My little brain cannot handle it all. What is your opinion on the Calamity Terraria soundtrack? It's fantastic. Dokuru is great. I love that soundtrack. All right, that is our new smeltery. I do want to spawn proof this again. Jamiroquai was great, but the second half of this album is just a little loud. Let's go back to the back to the beginning. And let's get some more dirt and torches as well. When are you writing an opera? I don't think I'll ever write an opera. I don't love opera, personally. But I will write... I am writing a orchestral piece. Like my first... I guess you could call it a symphony, because it is pretty long at this point. Did I miss anything, chat? There's a lot going on. It's the jankiest stairwell I've ever made. Alright, we'll torch it up, and then we'll make sure to spawn proof it all. Heck yeah, can't wait. That'll be, yeah, I'll be excited for it too. It's taking a while. It's been a long time coming. I came up with the motif, like the basic motific material when I was like very young. And I've been slowly like trying to work it into a piece for like ever. And recently I've been making a lot of progress. Oh, thank God. Thank God that did not just void all of my iron. Ooh. There we go. Alright, we're now proofed up. Okay. So now I just need to put a redstone clock on this eventually. And basically what this does is that the hopper underneath this casting table will pull the iron ingots directly into a chest. So I can just sit here and spam right click. Or I can use a redstone signal to constantly output these iron ingots. Alright, while we're here, let's do what we actually set out to do, which was to put 33 ingots of copper in and 11 ingots of tin. And we'll alloy that up into something. Let's pour out the blood if we can. Yeah, there we go. What is motif? Motif? A motive is like a musical idea. So it's like a melody that you might remember or a rhythmic idea. Like ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba da 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 da. That's a motif. That's a motif. Um, Star Wars has plenty of motif. John Williams works very motifically. So anything that you can think of off the top of your head that you can hum, that is probably a motif from the Star Wars soundtrack. Da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 ba ba da da da. That's all motivic material. All right, let's pour out our bronze ingots. I don't like singing on stream. It makes me self-conscious. I'm like a chorus kid fully too. It's just on stream, it's just different with the mic in front of me. I mean, one of my favorite composers is Hans Zimmer. So actually, I didn't like Hans Zimmer in the beginning because like I loved Inception, I loved Interstellar, but he as a person was such a like he would take credit for other artists' work and he was kind of he didn't really I don't know. I got very bad vibes from him. But very recently, he's released some videos on the Dune soundtrack and the creation of. And in those videos, he's very like ready to shout out the people that worked on it with him that made Dune so special. I think he has abandoned a part of that ego that I probably needed to get up into the top of Hollywood. And he's now like openly sharing like these people were instrumental in creating the soundtrack and I couldn't have done it without them. And that video made me change my viewpoint on Hans Zimmer. But yeah, Dune is one of my favorite soundtracks ever. John Williams, does it have enough French horns? Well, Nova, I think that's just all classical music and all of the music that John Williams grew up on, which was like, you know, Gustav Holst and all of that. It's all French horns. It's a very good instrument. Let's clear out my inventory while I do this. I want to have a clear inventory when we get this quest. Where am I just getting this random flint from? Am I crazy? Not the Rite of Spring with 9 French horns. I love Rite of Spring. That is one of my favorites as well. Um, I have like a whole bunch of playlists of like classical music that I love. Like Mahler is huge. There's this really underrated composer that I found called Aino Juani Rautavaara, and he has this beautiful piece called Cantus Arcticus or Arctic Birds. And in the piece, he went to the Arctic Circle and took a sample, like a video or not videotape. It's like a tape sample, like an old-fashioned tape sample of Arctic birds. And like written in the score is to start the tape and play it through while the orchestra is playing. And there's these really cool like flute stuff that like does Arctic bird shit. But then there's also like a really cool string section that has one of my favorite parts in all of music. And it's just the melody is in octaves and in between it is an entire scale. And it creates this beautiful shimmery effect. And he used like modes within the scale to like create instead of chords, which are just like instead of putting 4 notes between the melody, he puts every single note that he can in that mode, and it's really interesting. Have you listened to Rautavaara's first piano concerto? Yeah, I have. I'm not a huge fan of that one. All right, chat. We have bronze now after a long time. We smelted it down in our smeltery, and now we have our 32 ingots, which allows us to unlock... Damn, you had to do it. You just had to do it, didn't you? We are now into the first Steam Age quest, potentially. Let's pattern out our small coal boiler. And we should actually be able to do this very easily. We have bricks from villages and pretty much all the rest of the stuff we've been collecting due to the quest book. So let's get on to that. Bricks, and then furnace. I think that's everything. So I'm not gonna auto-crap this out. Let's do this the real way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bronze plates. We need 7 iron plates. That's 8. I can count. We're gonna turn those iron plates into a blast furnace, and then from there we are going to get our small coal boiler, which is our first steam machine of the run. And chat, it has been how many hours? 19 hours, just under 20 hours to get our first steam machine on Superflat survival. And this is where we're at. It's pretty good. I think we did a pretty good job so far. Let's grab... Ooh, I think the bronze fluid pipes are low-key more important here. Because tin isn't very renewable. And the loot bag shit I can all get. Alright, so let's put on our hollow glasses. This allows us to see within chests. It's always really nice to have these. I would recommend getting them. You can now mouse over chests and see their contents, or any inventory for that matter. I'll get my dink water for Steam Age. Does this essentially become a typical run at Nether Twilight Forest? No, because we're going to try not to use Nether or Twilight Forest. Hello, Time LS. I guess I'll just call you Time. I already have this. What gives? Alright, make sure, chat, make absolutely sure, this is very, very important. Look at the item or the block that you are mining and check what the effective tool is. If you mine this with a pickaxe, you won't get anything. And I have done this before on very important Steam machines that my teammate made, so be very cautious. Alright, welcome to tier 0.5 or Steam. I'm not going to finish here. I actually want to get a Steam macerator before we move on. I think this is going to be a really important thing because this allows us to get steel. And steel is pretty big. Let's see what we got from these quests though. Chocolate sprinkles cake, Steam alternatives. I don't know what any of this is. We're going to skip the quest book a little bit because I think we'll need more than one macerator anyway. So I don't mind redoing that. Let's celebrate with our beans on toast, why not? This guy doesn't read chat. Finally starting your cam girl career. Wow, this is crazy. Alright, let's pattern this out. I'm going to Control Shift B in my case because I have put bookmark on B, which I think it should be. Bronze hull, that should be pretty easy. I think we have diamonds from villager trades. Yeah, there's a Thaumcraft merchant. So we have at least 2 of those. We did just get some pipes from the quest book. And then we need 8 8 bronze plates. I don't know how we got 11 out of that. We're going to turn that into a bronze hull. And then let's find some pistons, which we have from the random Tinker's structures. And here's our first steam macerator. I know this is a crafting task, but I guess it completed for me, which is great. We're going to use this immediately. We don't have good renewable water. So I'm gonna have to figure that out actually. I guess we could just make a water tank eventually. But I want to put this down and show you that we can use this to make steel, which I am very excited for. I guess we can just put this here. And then we'll need 1 bronze pipe to get the steam out. I guess I should put this up a block. Maybe I should put this out in the open. Do these explode from rain? I don't think it does because it's not electricity, right? Are you guys talking about rubber? Because I don't think we're going to have any trouble with that. Also, I did find a rubber tree sapling trade earlier. Wait, how did I find this? No, it was in a chest. So we have rubber tree saplings from something. Yeah, I think we're good. That is a good call though. That is something that we would need. All right, let's get some chests as well. I'm gonna sleep. All right, so we're gonna set up our first steam machine here. I'm going to go, let's get dirt first, so that way I have some place to put this. Okay. Let me just say that one more time so that way I can edit it together. All right, we're going to put our first steam machines up of the playthrough. I'm going to put down a small coal boiler, and then we're going to get a fluid pipe for the steam. And then we're going to put our macerator right here. And the reason I'm putting it up here is because I want to take a hopper out. And also probably hopper in the things that we need to turn into steel. So let's grab one of those as well. The way this works is if it ever doesn't have water and it's... Oh, wait. If the coal boiler is at a specific threshold for heat and then you add water, it will explode. Correct me if I'm wrong here, chat. So what we want to do is either make sure that it's always filled with water, or whenever it's hot, we don't want to be just randomly adding water. I think the best way is just always fill it with water, like keep it filled. But we don't really have that luxury right now, so unfortunately, we can't really do much about that. There's a couple things that we can macerate that will instantly give us a better time right now. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some charcoal and we'll burn a little bit of charcoal so that way we can macerate a diamond chest plate. Oh, that takes 300 seconds. Never mind. We're going to just macerate. We're going to stick to the steel for now. Where is the rest of our... I feel like I had steel armor somewhere. There's got to be more steel. I swear. Ah, there it is. Okay. Alright, so we're interested in macerating all of these chain and steel pieces because they give us steel dust, which is something that we can throw into our smeltery and actually get steel out of. This is probably my favorite way to make steel in Greg Tech New Horizons. There is a slower way that is recommended, which is to eventually get the bricked blast furnace, which should be in the multi-block goals part. I don't recommend BBFing, especially on Superflat or Garden of Grind, because this is a lot of stuff that is really hard to get. Like gypsum is not very easy. It's only an XP craft in this case. And you need a lot of that stuff to make this multi-block, and I don't really recommend it. What I do recommend is macerating steel armor and chain armor that you get from mob drops and looting the world, and turning that into steel. Gulp nugget dupe. You know, I'm actually really scared about this water situation. We might need to get a water tank today, like one of those good water thingies. These water tank sidings aren't hard to make. Like, I should be able to make this fairly easily. We need 26 water tank bits. So let's calculate how much that would be. Spruce planks, let's say iron rods, sticky resin. I can't really exchange the sticky resin out for anything. Could compress slime. What the fuck? How did you get in here? These slimes, bro. Whatever, man. Whatever. I'm gonna turn that up to 20. What was it? 27 or is 26? 26. 52 iron rods, which is 52 iron ingots, and 26 sticky resin. That's actually really doable. I think we could do that today. How much time we got? Plenty. So I'm gonna use these rubber tree saplings that we looted from villages, and we're gonna plant these down. I wonder if I can bone meal these or if it's even worth it. BBF does unlock oreberry trades in the vending machine, but I don't think breeding for them normally would be much harder. Yeah, and I don't think there's any oreberries that I really need. Well, I guess you're right. I do need the copper ones. Malaxia, stone lily, and berry with a copper ore below it. Ooh, maybe I do want those trades. Yeah, but I don't think I can get a copper ore. A block of copper should work. Oh yeah, that is actually in the list if you scroll far enough. Yeah, we're gonna want tin ore berries and copper ore berries for sure. I feel like that should be at the front, not at the back. All right, our steam meter is slowly filling up, as you can see. I genuinely do not think that this is enough steam per second to macerate this, but I could be wrong here. I'll let it fill up to green first, and then we'll try a recipe. I don't want to void anything or lose steam. But having renewable water is going to be really nice in a bit. Once we get these trees to grow. You can run the master. Oh, yeah, you're right, because it only takes 2 EU per tick, which actually translates really well. Yeah, 4 EU per tick, which I don't know how much steam that means. All right, let's get our first steel. 44.8 seconds, uses 160 liters per second of steam. You're making, like, not that much. We are going negative on steam, but I think we'll make it. Multiply EU per tick by 40 and then get steam per second. Yeah, that checks. Yeah. I just don't know how much this produces, honestly. It's heating up. Oh yeah, that's fair. It does get better as it heats up. And there we go. That's our first steel dust, which is huge. So steel dust goes into the smeltery and we get molten steel out of it, which is great. We also need this for obsidianite, which we're going to need a ton of. Let's get a bucket, why not? All right, yeah, let's get our rain tank just so we can be like fully set for now, and I think I'll be happy with that. Hello, Rum is the power. Hello, everyone. Man, I appreciate you guys showing up today. I was feeling, honestly, I was feeling unconfident because my haircut. I'm not really into it right now. But you guys showed up and made my day better. It's very silly, right? But I appreciate it nonetheless. All right, let's trash this. Let's throw the iron gear in here. Let's throw this in here. And I think we're good to go. Let's prepare all the materials we need for the water tank sidings, which I actually think we can do this with auto crafting. Thank you for following, Sano. Let's move my camera down to the right here again. I'm gonna show off some NEI auto crafting here. We're gonna do iron rod with the iron ingot and a single use file. Spruce planks will just do the normal no saw recipe. Where is just spruce? There we go. And I'm pressing Control Shift B, and then I'm bringing this bookmark like a bracket down to everything. We don't have the sticky resin yet, but if I do Shift and C, it should pretty much do everything. I think we ran out of file uses. So let's make a pattern for the file. Or I guess we could just make some more. If I press Shift C on this again, something happened. Oh, we're out of iron. Wow. I guess I gotta tend the ingot thingy. Someone needs to make... Oh, let's put my camera back. Someone needs to make an NEI tutorial for people who don't understand. I've been thinking about that. I think, like, I take it for granted that I understand how to get through NEI and, like, press R to figure out how to make something, press U to figure out what its uses are. Like, I take it for granted, but it's actually, like, one of the only reasons that I can actually navigate this pack. Like, it would be impossible to figure this out if I didn't have NEI. Okay, somehow I just appeared in the villager farm. Very cool. Aditya made a tutorial. What I mean is like a full, not like a tutorial, but like a full guide on NEI, like how to use it from the ground up. Like stuff that you would take for granted as a Greg Tech player. Because when you are a Greg Tech New Horizons player, like you're expected to just know this shit. But I'm sure there's like, you know, at least 25% of people who try GTNH and they're like, I don't know how to use NEI and I'm just going to give up, right? And so to have like a guide for it that is like from the ground up, starts at the base, you know, covers every basic thing that you wouldn't think you would need. And I think that would be important, right? Do we have redstone? Not on me. I could go kill some lemon slimes. I can just right-click this shit forever. That'll be okay. 9, could you show the quest books? Does the quest book tell you how to use NEI? Probably. Yeah, here's like a big thing for NEI. But I don't like reading, right? My ass is a streamer. I don't read anything. I gotta check how much more do I need? 25, 52, so I need 27 ingots and I have 3. Yeah, exactly. Too long didn't read. How are you getting in here? Why? How are you aggroing me from that far? You putrid little slimes. You're going back to F tier, bro. Oh my god, he's infernal. Can you add Subway Surfers to your video tutorial? I cannot. I am not a Flurbin stream, sadly. Dude, I think purple slimes might be going back to F tier now that we're done digging for now. They're probably, we're gonna be real, they're probably just E tier, because like you can run away from them. Alright, let's turn on something. Oh, I love this song. Yeah, Flurbin does like Subway Surfers and shit. Sorry, Night, I'm dipping. Why is he streaming today? That's funny. I mean, I am staring at a smeltery right-clicking iron ingots into a mold right now, so like it is what it is. Let's go see about our slime trees. Not slime trees, these trees. Do I make a tree tap? Is it worth it? Because I feel like I need the efficiency right now. Where is tree tap? Is it in Steam tier? Oh my god, what is this recipe? This is the type of shit you use NEI auto-crafting for, low-key. I'm adding all this to the recipe. Wood screw. Short wood stick. Let's see if I can just do this in one go. Oh, let's go. I love NEI auto-crafting. Would you say that oil drilling rig is worth it in EV? You should definitely get the oil drilling rig ASAP. That thing is strong. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Did I get 0 saplings from that? That's ridiculous. Isn't that really unlucky, actually? We need 26 sticky resin. Or not oil. Oh, or drilling rig. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I think if you have like fortune on your tools, which is new in 2.8, it's just not as worth it to ever do anything that's not a void miner. But that's just how it is. I can't read. I wish I could twerk on saplings. That's the one thing I miss from like old packs like Sky Factory. I don't feel like wasting like bones for bone meal right now. We just need to wait. Just need to be more patient. We need to wait quicker. Yeah, in Sky Factory you could twerk on the sapling, you know, like spam shift on it, and it would act like bone meal. And I think it was just for like, you know, so you didn't have to stare at a sapling for 5 minutes. Waiting in my GTNH. True. I need this in my GOG. Yeah, exactly, right? It would be nice for like challenge runs. Hello, Lilith. How's it going? Or Lithosphere. Sorry. I always make that mistake every single time you come in, Litho. I miss Sky Factory 2.5. Should be able to twerk on my EOH. She twerk on my EOH till I Universium. Alright, there we go. That is all the stuff we need to finish that. We've got 3 sidings. We just need to wait for the rest of the sticky resin. I could make some bone meal. Why not? I will skip this part of the song. I moved out, so I've been busy. Well, I'm hoping that your move out was good. Oh shit, is this like a really expensive maceration recipe? This is like one of the 5 recipes that takes 30 EU per tick for some ungodly reason. This shit always power fills everything. Do not do this recipe. I don't know who coded this? What is this? What was the reason for this? 30 EU per tick. Oh, that was nice. The slime fucking wants me, bro. Hmm. It's a tall tree. Man, how many purple slimes are there? Oh my god. Blindness slimes. Very cool. Oh yeah, I'm on fire. Very cool. Yep. I love purple slimes. I love purple slimes. Alright, we got some saplings out of that though. Dude, how many of them are there? Stop. Oh my god, it struck me on lightning. If that strikes the villagers on lightning, it's actually over. What the fuck are we doing? I do believe I need to start moving stuff away from the edges. I think we've gotten all the jumping slimes, luckily. All the rest of them are just regular. Can't you use slime and or congealed blood in place of resin? Not with the iron rod recipe, I think. I wish I could. Does that ore dict for this? Let's try it. Let's just try it. Did you just have an out of body experience? I don't think so. Also, can't I do something with this? No. Shucks. Ah, slime balls do not work. I kind of was expecting that, but it does suck. All right, how much more sticky resin do we need? We have got 14 of this, which means we need 12 sticky resin. We've got 3, so 9 more. 9 mentioned. Don't fall into the Factorio rabbit hole. I remember Lithosphere was trying to make me play Factorio. I gave it a try. It wasn't my thing though. It didn't like grab me instantly. Also, let's melt down the steel dust while we're here. We might as well. I think. I don't know if we need steel for anything specific yet. Yeah, maybe I'll hold on to it for now actually. Speaking of Tarkov, me and the boys like Orange Creamsicle and Aspect Gaming, we've been playing a bunch of Marathon, and boy is that fun. I've been having a blast with Marathon. Like every day when I'm not streaming, I'm editing and then I'm climbing and then I'm playing Marathon with them, and it's really fun. You know what? I want to gamble some knowledge fragments and see what we can get out of them. Tiny fezzes. There's no way we get one of the most useless researches ever. All right, whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. Tiny fezzes ain't useless. They look cool. All right, bro. Do you know you can get research you want exactly out of the recipe? Azuna, they did patch that in 2.9, which I'm playing a daily of 2.9, so. Is there a way to tell what logs have sticky resin in them off the rip? Because I can just press that in. Oh, damn. I didn't realize that I could just waste those charges like that. I guess I'll just have to dig around all of the leaves. Oh, damn, that was it. Where did you come from? Stop jumping over my fence, bro. We're almost there. We need, I think, 2 more. Let's go. Let's go. A double. All right. That is that, and I'm happy about that being that. We have achieved our goals today, I believe. Let me craft this into its thing, and then we'll set it up. And then, yeah, I think I'll get cooking. Let's get the rest of our water tank siding. That is 26 of them. And now we have solved the water dilemma. I'm going to put this right next to our coal boiler, so that way it will be easy for us to use it later. The water tank is a multi-block that is very simple. It depends on the humidity of the biome that you're in, and you can see that by the in-game info XML thing that's in the top left of your HUD. Currently, we're in a plains biome that is 40% humidity, so it is making 4 liters? No. 10 liters per second? I don't know how the math's there. Maybe multiply it by 2.5, and then you get the liters per second. So this is going to very, very slowly give us a supply of water, which we can actually pump automatically into this small coal boiler. But yeah, now that we're here, let's take these diamond chest plates. I guess I can also use the bronze fluid pipe that we don't have a lot of. Actually, why don't we make some wood fluid pipe? I don't have any planks. Understandable. And then I will link that with a wrench. Why is that on fire? Oh, it's taking steam. Why is that oh my god. So many bad things are happening right now. So we did just burn a pipe. Does water need to come in from a specific side? Direct the pipe first? I mean, yeah, I guess that would work. Water goes to the bottom, I think. Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? That was a crazy mistake to make. We just make all of them, I guess. We're out of saws. Let's make a saw. I need 4 iron ingots for that. Saw. How do I make the saw blade again? Is it a file? I know it's like a hammer in a file or something. Yeah, there we go. And then we chuck that on a stick. And then we make the rest of our pipes. Alright, I will make sure that is single directional no matter what. I do not want any more burning anything. Burning is just not a good sign in Greg Tech at all, ever. We did void a little bit of important charcoal, but that's okay. And then, because that has water in it, it will have water in it for a long while. I'm going to chuck these diamond chest plates in here to get macerated extremely slowly, 614 seconds. I actually don't think this is going to work. Until this heats up correctly. All right. Well, that is a good place to end stream. We got our water tank, which means that we have now infinite water. We got our first steam machines. We have completed the quest book all the way up to the steam age, and we have also gotten our important tools quest, which should unlock us into crops NH. And I am going to leave that for the next episode, so you'll have to catch that later. But if you're enjoying the content, join me on streams. And I will be streaming this in the next couple of days. So that's pretty much it. All right, chat. That was a good stream. I'm happy with our progress. We made it into Steam tier. Sorry, I had to monologue for the video later. I hope you enjoyed. Let's go find somebody to raid, and then I'll call it today. Let's see, who do we want to raid? GTNH. Flurbin is doing some tungsten stuff. TBM Striker is also streaming. Yeah, let's, ooh, jet lag. I am rating jet lag. He better start up stream soon. All right, chat. Thank you for joining us. Be kind to yourself and others and do the best that you can. And that should be enough. And just keep on rocking. Keep on rocking. Do your best. I appreciate you for joining me, and let's go give Jetlag as much love as possible. Jetlag is playing on the Project Singularity multiplayer creator server that I am also on. And yeah, he's got a lovely base, and you guys should go give him as much love as you can. Peace, everyone.